my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. Whenever you look my video, whenever you watch my video, share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it in your WhatsApp group so that people can get information on what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria, mainly against the Biafrans, against the Duduas, against the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria. I try as much as possible to set the record straight. I don't preach hate speech. I don't speak against people. I set the record straight. The only important thing I do here is to make sure that the plight of the people remains on the front burner and the world will know the true story of what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria.
We are now being joined by a minister in the federal cabinet, a former governor of Rivers State, and the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi. Thank you so much for joining us on China's television.
You're welcome.
Let us ask you, you're privy to what is happening. When is this convention going to effectively start?
Well, I'm not a member of the caretaker committee. We agreed to start at 1, but they're not here. The president was to arrive between 3 and 5. I don't know what time. So we're here in compliance with the time, hoping that as soon as the president arrives, we'll commence this. But I'm sure the president is waiting for us to be ready. But you know him, he's a stickler for time. And I'm sure that everybody seems not to be completely ready. So once everybody's ready and they let the president know that we're ready, he will come. What do you sense that is delaying when you say not ready? What do you sense that is drawing back? I mean, the accreditation. Don't forget that it's nearly 7,000 delegates that can vote. So they have to meticulously ensure that these 7,000 are here and they're not being impersonated. That's what I mean by being ready.
So let us get a sense of this. When eventually you decide on what mode you're going to adopt for this convention in terms of the voting pattern, if it is consensus, will you still have people voting to endorse the consensus candidates?
Of course. Because it's not enough to say it's consensus. The people must show that it's consensus. So we'll vote.
So it's going to be a voice vote?
No. I doubt it will be. They will need to see the physical voting to confirm that it's consensus. Because voice vote will not be enough.
How many of those positions now have been totally confirmed as consensus?
It's a mixture. 80% consensus. In the sense that those who, chairman 100%. Now the rest, people are saying, no, I'm going to run, despite the fact that the majority have agreed. So the majority will have to express that view by putting their votes down, and the minority will have their say by also putting their votes down. At the end of the day, I expect that the party will announce the winner.
How big a hurdle is the requirement of the Electoral Act demanding that all members, everyone involved who has expressed interest in a position, agree that they are opting for the consensus option? How big a hurdle has that been?
That's why I say to you now that because of that law, the only 100% consensus that we have is the chairmanship. There is one South-South publicity secretary. The publicity secretary in the South-South. There are a few of them like that in the zonal areas. But the national, people are still contesting the consensus. They were allowed to express their decision in compliance with the Electoral Act by allowing them to go and vote. So whoever emerges at that point, who will accept?
In a long time, this is going to be the first time you come to a convention as a non-voting delegate. How does that make you feel?
No. I think the party is wrong. I think so. But there is already a judgment of the law of the court. Until that judgment is discharged, the law is that Section 84(12) is not part of Nigerian law. Until the Court of Appeal says otherwise or confirms it.
I was going to come to the question, but I was asking about your personal feeling. How does it make you feel that you come to your franchise is in your pocket and you cannot exercise it?
You see, that's why the National Assembly should have realized that what they are denying us is our right to vote. That part of that law is made to address selfish interests. Purely made to address selfish interests. And I was in the parliament. What we are told in the parliament is look at the nation, don't look at your interests.
So I want to ask you, we've seen your banners here. A lot of people are campaigning for you ahead of 2023. How does that make you feel? Does it finally endorse the fact that you're coming out to run?
The problem we all have is that I wear glasses and I'm not seeing enough my banners. That's the problem.
But you can hear.
No, I've not heard.
You've not heard people saying Rotimi Amaechi is running for president.
I have not.
Do you want to be president?
There's nobody who doesn't want to be president. Doesn't want to be president.
Have you spoken to the president about your ambition?
Did I tell you I have an ambition? I said, don't you want to be president? Everybody wants to be president.
I don't want to be president.
Oh, if you don't want, everybody wants to be president.
Do you want to be president, Mark?
Be honest.
Not now.
Be honest. You want to be president. Be honest. You're my friend. You want to be president. You want to be president.
We ask the questions on this platform. We ask the questions on this
as my friend, you want to be president.
Why don't you want to answer the question?
What question?
Your banners are everywhere. Making my way into the square, I saw how many positions where your banner was. Rotimi Amaechi for 2023.
I didn't see, you know why? The crowd was so much.
So you didn't see
They
that.
literally
But
pushed me across.
are you saying that you don't know of any of these groups of people who
I have not seen the
asking?
banners you are seeing. I hope you're not seeing this spiritually.
What about the support groups? Have you heard about the support groups?
That's why I asked you that. I hope you're not seeing this spiritually.
But you must, I mean, you're a politician, and you must have heard that now there are posters of you donning an Igbo cap, portraying you as a Southeasterner, and preparations.
I wear all manner of dresses. I wear the House of Fulani, Babadiga. I wear the Rivers dress, for which I'm very proud of. I wear the Igbo dress, which I'm very proud of. I'm very proud of the House of Fulani dress I wear. I wear the Yoruba dress. I'm a Nigerian.
So tell us in very clear terms, are you going to run for presidency?
Why don't you think I should ask you, are you going to run for president?
No, I'm just asking you.
You are the politician.
You are the
just
politician.
journalists.
I'm a journalist too.
You're not.
The microphone. I'm
You're not.
You're holding one.
You are the
one. I want to work for channel.
Why is that such a difficult question to
you.
answer? Why is that such a difficult question to answer?
Is it the exam question you attempt? You're a student. When they give you questions, you attempt all the questions. You attempt all the questions.
That's what we're asking. Why is it such a difficult question to answer?
Because it's a difficult question. If you go to, there was the test we wrote in school, and the guy got up and said, I'm not going to write. The teacher asked her, why? I didn't prepare for this one. Said the one I prepared for.
Are you afraid of all the other contestants who have thrown their hats into the ring?
You know the funniest thing is that you know me very well. If there's one thing I don't lack courage. I don't lack courage. Once I make up my mind on anything, I zoom into it. The worst that can happen is what? Death.
So same with your presidential ambition.
Why are you trying to answer?
So is it that you haven't made up your mind then?
About what?
You haven't made up your mind because you said when you've made up your mind about something, you will throw your hat.
You have the courage.
I just say that whatever I want to engage in, I have the courage to engage in.
So is it that you haven't made up your mind about this?
You know, it takes a lot to run for president. You have to talk to your wife. My wife has not been spoken to in case even if I had an ambition. My children, my priest, my God, everybody. So forget about presidency. That's not the issue now. The issue is the convention. This convention does not where you elect the presidential candidate. So
which of the consultations have you concluded? No, you've not spoken with your wife?
No.
Not your children?
Why are you interested in that question? I have answered the question several times. You're still not satisfied.
Because if you're not seen as a contender, we wouldn't be.
Is that an answer you're looking for?
We just wanted yes or no.
Okay, which of them? Choose the one you want.
We wanted to know whether you are running for president.
Choose the one you want. I will answer you. Is it yes or no you want?
The yes one, because we know you want to run.
The yes.
Are you consulting us? Are you consulting the journalists on this program?
Yes, I'm consulting you.
All right, then. Give us a sense of what is happening. Your party has been through a very difficult time. This is the most turbulent period in the life of the 8th year of your party. Do you see an easier next few years for your party, considering those who are of the opinion that after the Buhari time as president, your party might experience more turbulence?
No. Every party has a period for which there are interests, especially when there's a transition period, when the president is leaving office or another president to emerge. Obviously, there will be too many interests that will be involved. It is this interaction of interest that people see as turbulence. It must happen. Nobody gives you power. Nobody just comes to you and say, I like you, take power, I like you, take power. It's these different interests that are interacting amongst themselves that you can say, you can refer to as what you refer to as turbulence. We are gradually resolving it. The party is gradually taking a shape. The party has reached a solution that there will be consensus as far as the chairmanship and other positions are concerned. In that same manner, I'm sure that further or subsequent offices will be resolved in the manner where turbulence will be avoided, so that we can actually go and address PDP. If we don't, we have to be careful, because these people called PDP, they can.
In its journey to a merger, because people have said the APC has merged in name, but it's truly yet to merge in spirit, to merge in body. How do you see this convention fostering that merger even further after today?
You see, from what you have seen, the merger has produced different kinds of people. The different parties appear to have disappeared for one party called APC. That's why it doesn't matter whether Abdullah Adamu came from any party. Everybody came together as one APC to choose Abdullah Adamu. So it didn't matter. Over time, you will be seeing the differences disappearing until you will come out as one indivisible and strong party.
If you were to merge that journey in 100%, if it was 0 at disunited and 100 at united, along that spectrum, where would you say your 70, party is at
70.
Today?
The reason why I say 70 is that you don't assume that it will disappear one day. It certainly won't disappear one day. But as the new chairman emerges, he will continue to see how he will strengthen the party to an election. When we win the election, we'll continue to get to 100%. It won't be an immediate thing.
So, I mean, we saw your very strong hand behind pushing Abdullah Adamu.
You're wrong.
So you are not supporting Abdullah Adamu?
No, at least I'm not supporting Abdullah Adamu.
So those who say that you were a strong supporter of Abdullah Adamu, they were wrong?
I'm a supporter of the consensus. So when they reach the consensus, I'm a supporter of the consensus. Not that I'm a supporter.
No, because what we understand in the APC is that Abdullah Adamu, Rotimi Amaechi is strongly pushing for him.
You know, one mistake everybody is making is that for a very long time nobody has heard my voice. Just because that nobody saw me in front of any candidate, you just reach conclusions. Nobody can tell you today that he saw me before in front of Akume or in front of Amakura or that of Abdullah Adamu. I was just calm and quiet to allow the party process to let who they want and we back.
You know, some of us, like my colleague here, God has blessed us with the talent of knowledge of some of these things, and when we hear it, you know that they are almost 100%.
It must be a magician.
No, because if you know what you're doing, sometimes you're almost acting what you say. So when we ask you these questions, we're not asking out of the blue.
Okay,
so the question is that, I mean, what gives you, what impression or what is the inspiration behind your support for Abdullah Adamu?
No, you're asking the wrong question. You make it look as if I personally will be supporting Abdullah.
No, I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying that you.
The consensus candidate that has emerged through the president and the governor and the other stakeholders.
Is it true or not that you are supporting Abdullah Adamu?
I'm supporting the consensus candidate. So since Abdullah
Which is Abdullah Adamu?
Abdullah Adamu is the consensus candidate. All of us that we are consulted are supporting the consensus candidate.
So the same question I'm coming back to. What is your inspiration of supporting him?
Because it will be a good leader. You see, all of them are qualified to lead the party. All. Amakura was a governor. He was a wonderful leader. You can hear Akume was a wonderful governor when he was in Benue. My friend Mustafa, young, vibrant, eager to rule. 313 Senator Musa, very qualified. You can't be a senator if you're not qualified, right? All of them are qualified. All. But you see, one person will emerge. It's what we call in the parliament, first among equals. Everybody's qualified to be Senate President, everybody's qualified to be the Speaker, but amongst them they choose one person who is first among equals. So what Abdullah Adamu is doing is representing everybody in the party as first among equals.
Can you tell us how that decision was arrived at?
Consultations, the president consulted everybody, consulted the governor, some of the stakeholders. We had a dinner with the president. I'm sure you saw the photograph of Tinubu, myself,
the founding members.
Everybody was consulted, and it was the consensus that okay, all of them are qualified, but we think this can manage the party for now, pending when the tenure is over.
What qualities stood him out above the rest?
Above the rest, it will be difficult to answer that question. It's very difficult to answer that question because, like I said, they are all qualified. But it's a matter of choice that amongst all of them, one person must emerge as a chairman.
So, on a final note, your friend, the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has stamped his feet in the politics of Rivers. And I know they say that charity begins at home. You have your eyes back at home in Rivers State. How easy do you think is it to run?
My eyes are here. This is my home now. My eyes are here in Abuja.
So you're not thinking about how to...
my governor now is the Minister of FCT. I live and do business here.
So you're not going back to Rivers State as a local base?
Well, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross the bridge. For now, Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria...
Are you afraid of Nyesom Wike?
Very afraid. I'm very afraid.
Why are you afraid of him?
Because I'm a chairman. What's your problem? What's your problem? When we get to the bridge, we'll cross the bridge.
All right. I said on a final note, but on a final note,
I hope this is the final note.
Is the fact that how true is it that there was an agreement within the founding leaders of the party that the ACM bloc of the APC will have the president, and the CPC bloc of the APC will have the national chairman. Was that part of the agreement with the president?
When was the agreement?
No, I'm asking you were at that meeting.
I wasn't. I'm not aware. I'm asking you if you know of such a meeting. I've never heard of such a meeting. I've never heard of such decisions. I only read it in the papers. I read it in Vanguard. I'm hearing it from you now. Never have we had such a meeting before. The parties that merged are dead. There's only one party now called APC. If you want to run, you can run.
But those interests are still there.
No problem.
You can't take it away.
No problem. But you'll be shocked that a CPC person will be voting for an ACM person. An ACM person will be voting for the new PDP. A new PDP person will be voting for an... We have passed that stage of CPC. And by the way, we passed the stage of hearing about where you come from. See, it's one united country called Nigeria. We must be able to carry the interest of everybody. I must feel at home when I go to the southwest. I must feel that I'm a Yoruba man. Just as I must feel at home being a Danamana in Daura.
It might be easy for you because you are Rotimi and you are Chibike.
But I'm not a Musa. But I'm at home when I go to the north.
And you have been turbaned now.
No, so they turbaned me. That's why I'm not from the north. So that's one way to forge ahead, that we are one country. The interest will not be based on religion or tribe. It will be based on, just like you. You're not from Ikore, but you're my friend. If I see anything that will benefit you, I will do it. Just like I'm not from Ikore. Just like her, the same. I don't remember that she's Yoruba. I just see her, my friend. I see you as my friend. It's not important where you come from. Merit is essential.
All right. Thank you so much indeed. And we want to wish you and your party the very best. And when you have decided to run for president, which you know that if there is a possibility, do let us know. Thank you so much.
That will be the bite. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Chibike Rotimi Amaechi.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.